What up? What up? What up? It's your boy Carson Kills. You already know the drill. Here at Feed the Faith, we feed the fam. When it comes to outdoors, we got you, man. Let's jump into a video today. In this video, I'm going to tell you guys how to get started filming your hunts with your cell phone. Yeah, I said it, with your cell phone. You don't need to spend thousands of dollars on a camera. I'm about to show you how. And if you wait around, you stick around till the end, I've got a bonus tip for you that'll help you make your filming even better, even if you're just using your cell phone. All right, let's jump into this. First slide here, how to start filming your hunts with your phone. Explanatory, that's what we're going over. That's what we're going to discuss today. I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do it. The aspects we're going to cover: your camera, obviously, it's going to be your phone, tripod or camera arm, depends on what kind of style you're going to be hunting. Your microphone, audio is very crucial. Your lighting, a lot of people underestimate your lighting. Extra power sources, editing software, and like I said, tips that will make your filming even better. So, the camera choice. The benefit of using your phone is you can get started filming without spending thousands of dollars on camera gear. The quality of cell phones nowadays makes them perfectly capable of filming your hunts with great quality. The following items in this video will help you produce good quality footage and do it at an affordable price. So, you guys know I've always kind of filmed my hunts. I've took pictures, I've took videos in the outdoors. I've actually got a business with my wife. We do photography, we do weddings, we do videos at weddings, and we've spent thousands of dollars on camera gear. The reality is, you don't have to do that if you just want to get started. You can literally record hunts on your cell phone and put them on YouTube. So I put together this presentation. I'm not some kind of school guru. I didn't major in all kinds of class teaching and none of that stuff. I'm just a good old country boy. I like to hunt. I was able to use a little software, throw a couple slides together. It helps me follow along. Hopefully, it helps you follow along. So let's keep going. Number 4, tripods, camera arms, and attachments. The gear you choose is crucial to not only achieving good quality footage, but it's also important in being able to succeed in ethically taking the animal that you're after. The last thing that you want to do is miss, or even worse, wound an animal while you're worrying about filming. So, you guys, if you don't know who I am, my name's Eric Lowry. I'm from East Tennessee. I have a brand called Feed the Faith Outdoors. I started this brand several years ago, about 4 or 5, and I've been filming for over 8, 9, maybe going on 10 years. But there was a short period where I really got out of it because when I first started, I had the learning curve. I had to figure out how to do it. I had to save up, get all this stuff. But then I started kind of losing what hunting was really about. Started caring about filming more than enjoying the hunt. So that comes back to the fact of, don't make it more important than actually harvesting the animal. Don't make it more important to where you miss out on a blessing. You know, if you can't get the deer on film or the turkey, whatever it is, so be it. You can film everything else, tell the story, and say, "Well, I just didn't get the kill shot on film. I wasn't going to pass up on it." Don't put filming before you enjoy the outdoors, because I've done it. It sucks. You'll get really burnt out. And I'm finally back to a point where I can enjoy it because I'm doing it for the things I like. No sponsors, no pressure to do this or do that or push this product or push that product. Everything that you're going to see in these slides are just stuff you can buy on Amazon, and I'll have all the links in the description below. But I don't, promote any of this stuff. It's no sponsorship thing or anything like that. This is just stuff that I know is useful, and some of it is actually, a lot of it is stuff that I've used and still use, but some of it's just maybe a cheaper option or a different option, such as like battery packs. We'll get that later. A little bit of foreshadowing there, but battery packs, there's different options there. So a lot of this stuff I've used, some of it's just other options. So let's keep rolling here. The first question that you need to ask yourself is, what is your hunting style? Do you normally hunt on the ground, per se, ground blind, or just get to the base of a tree, scrape out the leaves, and hunt, with a rifle? Do you pretty much hunt from a stand only? Do you hunt a combination of maybe slip hunting through the woods, moving slow, trying to kill something, ground hunting, possibly out of a blind, or sitting by a tree like we talked about, and also hunt from a stand? This will determine the items you need to get good footage. Tripods, we're going to break this down a little bit more. Here's a few things to look at when considering a tripod option. Make sure it's lightweight and durable. This will help you continue to carry your tripod as the grind of the season takes its toll on you and your gear. If you've never filmed before, I'm going to go ahead and tell you it makes everything at least 3 times as harder. The first time, yeah, it's hard, kind of a little bit of a learning curve. A few times in, you're kind of starting to figure it out. You get deeper into it after it becomes repetitive day in and day out. You'll start to get tired. You'll start to want to just leave your camera or your phone or your camera gear at the truck and not really worry about filming. But lots of times, if you can push through that grind and your gear can hold up through that grind and you continue to film, it's all going to pay off. So continue to push forward. Make sure your gear, your tripod especially, or your handheld tripod is lightweight and durable. You want to make sure that it's flexible and it's able to adjust. As you know, the ground is never level, tree limbs are all different sizes, and you also need to be able to move and make adjustments during crucial moments. Here's my recommendation. I would start out with one of each of these options. The flexible handheld option is great for walking in. If you have to stop, you can wrap it around a tree limb, or you can wrap it around a tree limb up in the tree. The adjustable tripod with the fluid head is great for ground hunting and getting smooth, professional looking footage. Both of these have their pros and cons. For instance, the tripod. You're not going to be able to take that up in your tree stand and use it. You're going to have something else, and we're going to discuss that here in a minute. But the Joby, that's a brand of the handheld tripod. Joby is a brand that I use, and it's great. But if you get up in a tree and you wrap this thing around the tree limb, you're very limited on where you can kind of turn it to, because it doesn't really like swivel and swing like a camera arm would. It just kind of tilts and turns. So, like, if you're hunting a food plot, it would probably work pretty well. But when you're hunting in the woods during the rut and you're not exactly sure which direction the deer could come from, the handheld tripod is going to be pretty limiting, because if a deer comes in behind you, you're not going to be able to adjust in time to get him on film. So, but as far as walking in, and you can hold it, you can kind of hold it out at a distance. You can get some video. You can set it on the trail, walk past it, get some video of you walking past it, a back view. Um, if you're doing a post interview, you can set it up on the ground, after you've killed something. If you're walking in, you can put it up on a limb at a certain angle, get another view. One thing you'll learn as you're filming, the more angles that you can add in, the more interesting this stuff is. So, don't want to get too held up, too in depth on that, but that's kind of my thoughts on that. So, let's move on to the next thing. Trying to keep this short and sweet, but I may get a little long winded. So, I'm not really trying to do that. But here we go. Camera arms. You can film from the tree with these. They're great. Great for getting smooth footage with a great range of motion. Camera arms are ideal for filming from a stand. You just point and shoot. Camera arms allow you to get your target in the camera frame, and you just focus on the shot. My recommendation, again, same as a tripod, lightweight and durable. Some arms come with fluid heads, some don't. Prices vary tremendously. Stay in your budget. That's the most important thing. Don't stress your wallet. Don't stress your brain. Don't stress your life. It's not that big of a deal. If you have to, you can use the little Joby tripod in the previous slide just to film your hunts to make do with what you got. But stay in your budget. The way the camera arms attach to the tree vary. Look up reviews and do your own research. There's so many different options here. Price ranges are crazy, weights are crazy. It's ridiculous. These are almost a must have for filming from a tree stand. If it wasn't for having the Joby, wrapping it around your buddy stand or wrapping it around a tree limb to where you can at least get some kind of footage, this would be the only option. But with the Joby, you can at least get something. So let's move on to the next slide. Wait, hold up. Cell phone adapter. If you get one of these camera arms and you have a fluid head, the fluid heads are made for cameras. So if you don't have a camera, we're talking about cell phones here, you're going to have a cell phone adapter. Specifically, if you can get a cell phone adapter with this little U notch attachment on top, because you're going to want to attach a microphone. And we're fixing to discuss that. So let's move on to the next slide. Number 7 is other attachments. Here are a few other options for filming your hunts. You got gun and bow attachment. Gun and bow attachments are great for hands-free filming of your hunt. Great for kill cams. The problem is, if you're in your tree stand and you want to take some B-roll of a squirrel eating on an acorn, a blue jay flying in the air, or maybe you got um, a doe passing by and it's a buck only hunt, or you want to do a interview of yourself in the stand. You've already seen 3 deer this morning and you want to tell people about it. Hopefully you're going to build up to build, shooting whatever you want. The problem is, if it's on your shotgun, if it's on your rifle, if it's on your bow, you're having to move those things in order to achieve that footage. So, like, imagine your gun and your camera being on it. You're going to have to turn that gun. You're going to have to point it at the squirrel. I mean, unless you want to take your camera or your phone off and on every single time, that gets kind of aggravating. Plus, it makes noise, I'm sure. I have the tendency to pop and crack and drop stuff and whatnot. So I want to try to keep my movement as minimal as possible. So these options are great for a kill cam, especially like if you're bow hunting, it's usually up close. So if you have the bow attachment, you're able to get some pretty good footage on the kill cam. So that's good for that, but it's not so much as good if you're trying to build a story, if you're trying to have a lot of other footage. And again, a lot of these things you're going to have a combinations of things. That's for you to determine, that's for you to figure out your budget, and that's for you to figure out what works best with your hunting style. Another thing we're going to move to is flexible clamp jaws. Right here you can see it clamped to the tree. Clamp jaws are pretty versatile as they can clamp to anything you can fit the jaws around. The neck of the clamp is flexible for adjustments. So, like, you can fit it around the barrel of a gun. You can fit it around the square tubing of a tree stand. You can fit it around some small limbs and tighten it down. The problem with the flexible jaws is they move, but they're kind of creaky. Like, it's like hard plastic on hard plastic. So it tends to be creaky and make some sounds. So if a deer's coming in, he's closing the distance from 40 yards down to 20, 15 yards. You're not going to want to be creaking that thing around. So, like I said, a lot of these things work great in combination, and we're going to do our best to figure out what works best for you. My recommendation on this: these options are great, but somewhat limited. For example, the bow or gun mount is great for when you're making the shot, but not so great for interviews or subtle filming of B roll footage when it's not time to shoot. The flex jaw is convenient for being adaptable, but the stiff neck, while flexible, isn't very smooth or quiet. So, like I just said, repeating myself there, but I'm kind of thinking as I go, this guideline helps me stay along. So that's exactly what I was thinking there. Next, we're going to move on to microphones. Here's a few tips when considering a microphone option. And audio is super important because I don't know if y'all have ever watched a video. It doesn't even have to be a hunting video, but you've watched a video when the wind is just overpowering the microphone on your cell phone and you can't hardly even tell what somebody's saying. It makes it difficult to even watch the video. It's almost cringy that you just want to turn it off. So, lighting and microphones or audio is super, super important, almost as important as the footage. It's very important. Shotgun mic. That's the first thing we're going to talk about. Shotgun mic, as you can see here, they're usually, on top of the camera. Lots of times they got the fuzzy little ball on them. It's a directional mic, so it picks up better the sound that's in front of it, attached to the phone. So distance matters. This shotgun microphone is going to be sitting on top of your phone, and let's say somebody's actually with you and they're filming you and you're walking away at a distance. If you're trying to talk or you're trying to say something, it may not pick up the audio as well as if you were standing right in front of it. The good thing about shotgun mics, they're less maintenance. They stay right there on your phone. You don't have to worry about losing them. The second option we're going to talk about is the lavalier lapel mic. Great at picking up your voice even when behind the camera or at a distance, like we said, walking away from the camera, etc. It picks up less surrounding noise, which could be good, but you want to hear what's going on around you when you're in the woods because it's typically pretty quiet. If you was in a busy city and sounds were loud around you, you'd probably want to go with a lavalier lapel mic because it's going to pick up more sound just you talking versus everything else going on around. Typically, these microphones are battery or charger powered, so you have to make sure you keep up with the battery and charger life. Here's my recommendation on microphones. Each of these microphone options have a time and place to be used. My honest opinion is for filming with your phone, the shotgun mic is by far a better option. It stays attached so you don't lose it. And if you've ever lost anything in the woods, you probably ain't going to find it. So when you're spending money on stuff, you don't want to lose it. It stays attached so you don't lose it. It picks up surrounding sounds and still picks up your voice great, even from behind the microphone. Let's say, for instance, you got the shotgun mic on your camera, it's pointing at the deer, and you're talking. Maybe somebody's with you, or you're saying something that, the camera's going to pick up that noise. Probably because it's so quiet in the woods, it's able to pick it up, but it still does a pretty good job at picking things up that are around, even if it's behind the camera. Typically, the shotgun mics have no battery. They are charged by whatever they're plugged into. So it works out pretty good there. You don't have to, it's not as much maintenance, like I said when I talked about them at first. But, anyways, let's move on. Keep this short and sweet. I'm trying. Lighting plays a key role. Lighting is crucial part to getting good footage before or after dark. As we all know, using the flash on your phone works, but it will kill your battery pretty quickly. An external lighting source is a much better option for your nighttime recovery or an early morning truck side interview. A light with adjustable brightness and a softening cover makes for super good looking footage. So the reason I mentioned a softening color, um, what you could do is you can use a light. I mean, lots of us that deer hunt or whatnot, we're going in before daylight. We'll use a light. Some of us don't, but we'll use a light or we'll have a light for recovery. Typically, it's a flashlight. The problem is if you shine that flashlight towards your face when you're trying to film, it's really harsh and it'll blow out your face and it just don't look that great. I'm trying to help you produce good quality footage for your cell phone. So if you get some kind of external light, like I said, it's adjustable. You can brighten it up if you need to, or you can lower it down, and it has the softening cover. It doesn't put as harsh of a light on your face. So you all obviously can't see it right now, but I've got a light right here to my right at an angle, and it's got a softening cover around it. It helps it not be as harsh, cast a good shadow. It just makes it look better. But lighting is crucial, especially when you're going to recover that deer. You want to be able to tell the story because we know how much stuff goes on when you're recovering a deer. It can be a fast, easy track. You can have a crazy twist and turn to the story that you're going to want to tell people. So make sure you have good lighting and make sure it's charged up. Make sure it's good quality stuff. Again, look at the reviews. When you go and look at this stuff, when you go figure out how, what you want to purchase, look at the reviews. Let's move on to the next slide. Extra power supply. This is super important. Extra power supply is extremely handy to have with you for your filming setup. Make sure you have at least one extra power source, such as a power bank, to plug your gear into using the correct charging cable. This is key to being sure you have enough juice in your batteries when that giant buck steps out at last light after a long day of filming. Not to mention, in cold weather, it seems like these batteries just tend to use more power at a quicker rate. There are tons of options when it comes to external power sources. Again, pay attention to the reviews and the amount of power it produces. So, the link, like I said at the beginning of the video, the links of the stuff that I've used and the stuff that I've recommend and the stuff that may just be an alternative option, I'm going to have a link in it. One of those is a solar powered power bank. So, let's say you got to use it at night. Maybe you're out on a hunting trip and you got to use this to charge your phone, you charge your camera. Excuse me, no camera in this instance. Use it to charge your microphone or your external light. You've got a solar panel. When you get up in the tree stand, you can hang it up, let that solar panel charge up, plug it up again later in the afternoon if you need to. So we're not exactly filming when we're talking about filming. We're not filming when you get in the stand, just recording and just leaving it on there, sitting for 2, 3 hours waiting on the shot. We're not talking about that. We're talking about building a story, telling in the morning what you're going to go do, get some clips that support what you're going to go do, go get in the tree stand, tell people that you've made it. If there was anything that happened along the way, something crazy, usually there's not. You tell them about that. Let's sit and wait it out. If something happens, you're going to tell them about that. If something happens big, you're going to get everything on film, everything that happens, and you're going to recap it. You're going to tell it. You're going to tell the story, what you think's going to happen. Sometimes this involves having a lot of clips throughout. Even if you just come out for lunch and you take a lunch break, say you've got sandwiches packed at the truck, or you're going down to McDonald's, get some clips of it. Whether it's just pulling into the parking lot, getting the Mickey D's sign, just get some clips of stuff to support what you're trying to tell that you did. After all, you want everybody to understand the full experience that you had. So just make sure that you get the clips that go along with it. And if you're getting a lot of clips and you're making things work like that, you're going to need an external power source. These are all great power sources I've got linked in the description below. Let's move on to the next slide. Editing software. This is what I think stops a lot of people from doing filming because they don't know exactly how they're going to edit it. With editing, there are tons of options, some with extreme learning curves. Remember, the key here is getting started. Don't overcomplicate it. If you're filming on your phone, you can simply edit on your phone. If you have an iPhone, just use the app iMovie. If you're interested in learning more advanced editing, it's important to research all the options, all the softwares, and how they differ. Most of all, just get filming. Get all your footage. If you have to, you can talk to a friend, you can talk to a buddy, you can talk to someone you know that may have a little bit more experience and they can put it together for you. Just get the footage and we can take care of the rest. That's the hardest part is getting the footage, telling the story. So if you can do that, you can film your hunts and you can handle the rest, whether it be you yourself or you get someone to help you or you pay someone to do it. There's people that pay someone to edit their videos, and that's perfectly fine. Either they don't know how or they don't have the time. And that works out great for them. So just get the footage. That's the most important thing. Have the right gear that's going to get you the footage. Let's move on to the next slide. Bonus topic. This is what I was telling you about. This is going to make your filming even better. If you can incorporate second angles, whenever I'm talking about second angles, if you want to get an even more professional look to your simple setup, just add another camera angle. You'll not only be able to film the hunt, but you'll also be able to film your reaction in live time as it really happens. This can be easily achieved with a simple GoPro setup. I've got more on that coming soon. But if you can add in angles, your footage is really going to take it to a whole new level, because the problem is with the industry, a lot of people can tell if you're being fake. So some of these guys, and it's common. That's what we grew up watching. They would just get the shot on film, and then they would try to reenact the rest. And that's fine if that's what you have to do. But there's people that are paving the way for a genuine hunting experience, and all it takes is a couple extra angles, if not at least one extra angle. Think about if you've been hunting and you've been watching hunting videos on YouTube. If you've watched a video from Hunting Public, they are superb at filming the shot, but also getting the reactions in live time. When they're crawling up on a deer, they're getting all that footage, and it's genuine. That's why people like it so much, is because it's live, it's not reenacted, it's not fake. Not to mention the fact they're hunting public land, and that's a whole nother video, but it's a lot better than all these $1,000,000 ranches that everyday people like me can't really afford. So that's a whole nother video, but they do a really great job at adding second angles to capture the real live reaction of the hunt. The thing that really sucks you in, the true joy, the true excitement, they are able to capture it. And you can do that with a second angle. If you've got a buddy with you, if you have someone that you hunt with a lot, what you can do is set one camera up to be a primary camera, which is AKA used for interviews, kill shots, uh, B roll, etc. And then you can have another guy, your buddy that's hunting with you. You can set his phone up to just record the reaction. And you don't have to have two or three microphones for this. Like I said, you can have one main camera with your shotgun microphone. It picks up sound around you. So if your buddy has a phone that he can use his camera to get your all's reaction, your shotgun mic, which is all in the same general area of what you're doing, is going to pick up the sound from all of it. And in post, I mean, this is a little bit more complicated or whatever, but in post production, you can increase the sounds of those things. You can pick up, certain sounds that you want to hear more, and you can try to cancel out some sounds that you don't. But that is how you're going to make your footage even better, is by adding a second angle to this. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to smash that like button, comment below, let me know if this video helped you all in any way. Subscribe to the channel, turn that notification bell on so you don't miss out when we go live or when we drop a new video. We got big things coming here at Feed the Faith Outdoors. I'm getting more consistent with this. I've got my studio set up. I've got some apparel in the works, new hats, new shirts. It's 2024, the year for open doors. Let's get it. I'm excited. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it to the end of this video, seriously, it means a lot to me, because I know time is priceless. And if you're spending your time watching my video, it means the world to me, because I'm just trying to help somebody out with what I know. I'm not an expert. I'm not a professional. I've made a lot of mistakes, and I know what not to do. That's for sure. So I just want to share the things that's going on with Feed the Faith Outdoors and try to help people along the way. Um, we can discuss a setup like this over here on the right if you guys would like to know more and produce a professional video. It's going to cost a lot more money and equipment, and it's going to take a lot bigger learning curve. So if that's what you're interested, let's pony up, let's get it, and let's see what you got going on. This is Feed the Faith Outdoors. Thank you guys for watching. Tune in for another video. I'm coming out with another one probably tomorrow, if not the following day. I'm trying to get consistent with this thing, like I said. But thank you guys for watching. I hope y'all have a wonderful night. Sorry if I messed anything up. Comment below and let me know how I did. I really need the feedback so I know what to do better in the future. I need to know what I did well, and if this what's it called, presentation, the slideshows helped you out, let me know because I'll do more of them. Whenever I'm talking about another topic, I'll do more of them. By the way, sitting right here on my desk is a little GoPro setup. Right there's a shotgun microphone. Here's a case. Here's an adapter for the microphone, and then we got a little clip. This right here is perfect. I guess this is a little bit of a bonus footage because I didn't really know I was going to do this, but I just seen it laying there. But this little setup right here is perfect for clipping on your backpack as you're walking in, almost like a kill cam in a sense. But if you're walking in, you can kind of show a few clips of what you see or whatnot. You can also take this off, clamp it on a tree limb, or you can clamp it on a truck, somewhere on your truck maybe, and get some footage. But if y'all want to discuss GoPro setups to add a second angle, I've got some information on that too. So, like I said, if this presentation helped you out, let me know. I went a little bit overboard here. I did not expect to go 30 minutes. I apologize if it was too long and drawn out, but I'm just there's a lot of information here and I'm trying to squeeze it down. So, again, this is Carson Kills. Thank y'all for watching. You know what I'm saying. We're going to end this thing right now. Let me know how I done.